Do you need the real me for this conversation?
China's latest AI breakthrough has leapfrogged the world.
I think we should take the development out of China very, very seriously.
The year is 2025. The AI race is in full swing, and it's looking a lot like the early days of the internet. Except this time, it's not just about which browser you use. It's about who controls the most powerful technology since Ben Frank turned on the lights.
Turn them off. Let's go. Ready? Turn off the lights. Turn off the lights. Turn off.
Governments, corporations, and billionaires are fighting for dominance. It's a cold war of algorithms. Except instead of nukes, the weapons are data, compute power, and the ability to shape reality itself. And the stakes? Everything. From how you work and learn, to who gets to tell the truth online. So today, we're breaking down the biggest battle of the 21st century. Who's winning, who's losing, and what happens next. AI is no longer a futuristic fantasy. It's here, it's everywhere, and it's making companies rich. In 2023, the AI market was worth $200 billion, according to McKinsey. By 2025, companies using AI are expected to increase productivity by 40%. OpenAI, Microsoft, and Google have collectively poured over $100 billion into AI research in the past 2 years alone. And just like the browser wars of the early 2000s, the AI space is heating up fast. Remember Netscape versus Internet Explorer? In the 90s, Netscape was the king of web browsing, until Microsoft, seeing the internet's potential, bundled Internet Explorer for free with every Windows computer. With unlimited resources and aggressive tactics, Microsoft crushed Netscape, leading to an antitrust lawsuit but ultimately securing its dominance. By the early 2000s, Netscape was dead. Internet Explorer reigned supreme until, of course, it got too comfortable and was dethroned by Google Chrome. Whoever controlled the browser controlled how people access the internet. Today, companies are fighting to control the AI platforms you'll rely on daily, whether that's ChatGPT, Gemini, or some startup we haven't even heard of yet. The problem? When tech giants compete, innovation happens, but so does monopoly. No, not the board game with the mustache man.
And you must be the Monopoly guy.
Google didn't just win the search war, they became the internet's gatekeeper. And right now, the AI giants are racing to do the same. So what happens next? Let's play out a few scenarios. What if one company dominates the AI space? Let's say OpenAI, backed by Microsoft's near infinite cash reserves, pulls ahead. ChatGPT becomes a default intelligence layer for businesses, governments, and your daily life. What happens when one company controls how AI answers every question? Remember Google's 92% dominance in search? Imagine that, but for everything. Companies don't advertise to you anymore. They train AI to favor their product. Your news, your medical advice, even your legal rights could be filtered through a single company's bias. A monopoly on intelligence would be far more dangerous than a monopoly on search. But let's say things don't go that way. Scenario 2. The AI Cold War escalates. What if instead of one dominant AI, we get a fragmented AI ecosystem, where companies, countries, and billionaires each develop their own versions? China's Baidu and Alibaba build AI designed for state control. Elon Musk's xAI competes with OpenAI, pushing for unrestricted AI development. Europe, meanwhile, imposes harsh AI regulations, slowing down adoption. The result? AI splinters into competing factions, each with different rules, ethics, and abilities. Corporate AI equals built for profit, optimized for engagement. Government AI equals used for surveillance, border control, and social stability. Open source AI equals more decentralized but vulnerable to abuse. It's like the Cold War, but instead of nuclear stockpiles, it's AI weapons, deepfake propaganda, and algorithmic influence. What if AI is too powerful to be controlled by a few companies, so governments decide to regulate it like electricity or water? We've seen this happen before. Telephones. AT&T was broken up in 1982. The internet. The FCC fought for net neutrality. Some experts argue AI should be a public utility, open source, government regulated, and available to everyone. But would you really trust governments to control AI fairly? If history tells us anything, it's that regulations are usually written by the companies they're meant to regulate. Okay, so the AI race isn't just a tech fight, it's a power struggle. To see where this is headed, let's look at how other countries are handling AI. Germany is doubling down on regulation, demanding transparency in AI decision-making and banning AI surveillance in certain areas. The upside, more privacy and less bias in AI decision-making. The downside, it slows innovation, making European AI less competitive globally. China is taking the opposite approach, fully integrating AI into government systems. AI-powered social credit scores, automated censorship of dangerous content, AI-driven military tech. China's goal? AI dominance by 2030. The government isn't just regulating AI. AI-powered social credit scores, automated censorship of dangerous content, AI-driven military tech. China's goal? AI dominance by 2030. The government isn't just regulating AI. It's using it as a tool for control.
Coincidence? I think not!
So where does this leave us? AI is evolving faster than governments can regulate it. Tech companies are racing for dominance. And depending on how this plays out, AI could liberate humanity or control it. The real question isn't who wins the AI war, but who gets to decide the rules of engagement. What do you think? Should AI be open source, government controlled, or left to the free market?